So the blue bead is a story of a very small girl, Sibia, who is 12-year old, living in a forest. Okay, she's one of those tribal people, and very much used to the dangers of living in a forest. For them, facing wild animals, then saving themselves from them, walking through rugged roads, rough and coarse roads, traveling in the darkness of the forest. All this is very, very routine and regular for them, unlike us. Okay, unlike we. And in this story, The Blue Bead, the author has tried to show how the poor in the jungles live, in the forest live, and what hardships do they face. And an extremely adventurous incident, like, being attacked by a crocodile, is so simple, or is so uh, unimportant for this little girl, 12-year-old girl, Sibia. Okay, now this entire story has a lot of description in it, lot of description in it. I am going to give you the markings of the answers and the questions as and when we go through the textbook. You will have to remember many things in this chapter. बहुत ही बड़ा चैप्टर है, बहुत ही डिस्क्रिप्टिव चैप्टर है. चैप्टर में सिर्फ इतना होता है that Sibia encounters a crocodile, and that crocodile is attacking a Gujjar woman. A Gujjar is the tribe living in a jungle. The crocodile has attacked a Gujjar woman who had come to the river to fill water, and Sibia, on his way back home, encounters this crocodile, and he tries to save the life of that Gujjar woman by attacking the crocodile. Imagine कहाँ एक 12 साल की पतली सी लड़की and the crocodile. And how this is very much routine. ये adventure कैसे उसके लिए बहुत routine है. And when she killed the crocodile, okay, वहां पे उसे एक bead दिखाई देता है, a small blue bead which she had looking since when to make a necklace from. So after the crocodile is killed or is attacked by her, what gives her more pleasure was not that she could save from the crocodile, that Gujjar woman, but the getting of that blue bead. तो इतनी छोटी सी चीज में, इतनी सिंपल सी चीज में वो लोग इतनी बड़ी खुशी उनको मिलती है. इमेजिन डिफीटिंग अ क्रोकोडाइल एट वन साइड एंड गेटिंग अ वेरी अनइम्पोर्टेंट सा ऐसे प्राइस, जो प्राइसी भी नहीं है, वैसा एक ब्लू बीड मिलना. तो these poor people enjoy the simple pleasures. मतलब उनकी desires भी इतनी छोटी छोटी होती है. They get happy so easily because they know they cannot afford much. Okay, so a very interesting story, a very descriptive one. You're going to come across a variety of words. Page 92. Nora Burke was a well-known English novelist and non-fiction writer. Non-fiction, she used to write on reality. Famous for her descriptions of life in India during the early 20th century. Her father was a forest officer in India, and her early childhood was spent traveling through the Indian forests, often on elephant back. So she has written from her own experiences. She draws inspiration from her own life because her father was also a forest officer. और इसीलिए उनके ट्रांसफर्स होते रहते थे टू डिफरेंट फॉरेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, एंड शी हैज सीन फ्रॉम वेरी क्लोजली हाउ life in an Indian forest is. And so she has written this from her experience, what she felt about the forest people. She has written, and she has also roamed the forests on elephant back. She drew inspiration for her writing from these early experiences. In The Blue Bead, Burke paints a vivid graphic picture, rich in detail, of an exciting jungle adventure, an encounter between Sibia, a 12-year-old girl, and a crocodile. As an everyday event, मतलब उन लोग के लिए जैसे हम लोग रोज स्कूल जाते हैं, आते हैं, ट्यूशंस जाते हैं, आते हैं, it is so routine for them. It is so normal and casual for them. Burke makes skillful use of suspense and detailed visual images that make the story come alive for the reader. So the best part about these descriptions is you can actually see, you can actually visualize everything going in front of you, because even झाड़, पत्ते, river, crocodile, सबके बारे में इतना vivid description दिया है. The story ends on a note of dramatic irony when Sibia exclaims, "Something did." जब उसकी मॉम उसे लास्ट में पूछती है, क्या हुआ था, तू कहाँ रह गई थी, why are you so late coming home, did something happen to you? And she replied, yes, something did. And instead of narrating the encounter, the danger that she had just evaded, she speaks about the blue bead. You know what, mom, what happened? I found a blue bead for my necklace. Look. तो उसके लिए क्रोकोडाइल को हराना इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं हुआ या इतना एडवेंचरस नहीं हुआ जितना उसको ब्लू बीड मिलने की खुशी हुई थी. एज इफ ठीक है क्रोकोडाइल को मारा, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा सबसे रेयर थिंग क्या हुई? शी गॉट अ ब्लू बीड फॉर हर नेकलेस. ओके, वी स्टार्ट. फ्रॉम डीप वाटर केम द क्रोकोडाइल. Now we are talking about a typical dense Indian jungle, an Indian forest. और इंडियन फॉरेस्ट जो एकदम डेंस फॉरेस्ट होता है ना, तो जगह जगह पे वहां पे रिवर्स निकलते हैं, मतलब रिवर्स पास थ्रू दोज जंगल्स, दे meander through the jungles. So sometimes the rivers get covered in the dense foliage and sometimes they are quite open. So from deep water came the crocodile. एक crocodile निकला from the deep water. Out of black water curved with whirlpools and into the frill of gold shallows by the stepping stones. It came out of the black water. Was the water really black? No. It seemed black because it was late evening. It was night time. इसीलिए वो पानी भी काला लग रहा था, because there was no light. Curved with whirlpools. The water had tiny whirlpools in them. You know what is a whirlpool? जब मशीन में हम कपड़े डालते हैं तो पानी कैसे से गोल गोल घूमता है. It moves in circles. So that movement of water in circles in the river. Now see the description. See how much you can imagine. The water, which was full of small whirlpools, it was curved, and into the frill of gold shallows by the stepping stones. And into the water led into the frill of gold shallows. Frill, gathering. Gold, golden colored stones. Shallows, the shallow depth of water by the stepping stones. So जहाँ पे stones होते हैं, stepping stones, which lead you into the river, वहाँ पे पानी deep नहीं होता है, पता है? वहाँ पे पानी थोड़ा सा shallow होता है. And actually you can see across the water because the stones are not so deep inside. You can see them across. So this is a description of the water from where the crocodile comes. Yes, Ishita?
Miss, can you repeat what you said for gold shallows?
The golden stones, the shallows is that, you know, that golden color ka bed, the seabed, the river bed, which has those soil and gravel and stones and rocks inside, जो हमें दिखता है from the stepping stones वाला part. He was twice the length of a tall man. Who he over here? Who was twice the length of a tall man?
Crocodile.
Yes, very good. The crocodile was twice the length of a tall man. तो suppose अगर हम लोग एक tall man की बात करते हैं, तो that tall man will be what? Approximately 6 feet at least. That is what is our definition of tall, right? वैसे तो कहने को 6'1", 6'2" भी होते हैं, लेकिन at least we can say 6 feet. ऐसे दो आदमी, if you 6 feet and 6 feet, उसको अगर आप दोनों को ज्वाइन करते हो उतनी लंबी लेंथ थी क्रोकोडाइल की. He was twice the length of a tall man, and inside him, among the stones which he had swallowed to aid digestion, rolled a silver bracelet. Probably he had just devoured a human body and also some stones. जब एक crocodile अपना मुंह खोलता है and when he is swallowing an entire person, a human body, उसके साथ साथ छोटे छोटे स्टोन्स भी swallow कर जाता है. These stones help in digesting that human body inside his own. So along with the stones that were rolling inside his stomach, there was also a silver bracelet. Okay. So definitely ये silver bracelet कुछ बाहर से दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, लेकिन just to give you a description of that crocodile, कि crocodile के पेट में along with the stones that he had swallowed to aid digestion, there was also a silver bracelet. क्योंकि body digest हो जाएगा, लेकिन silver bracelet कहाँ से digest होगा, right? It's a metal. Timber was being floated down this great Indian river from forests further up. Now understand, forests इतने dense हैं and maybe it is like a mountainous terrain, a hilly terrain, not even a mountain, hilly terrain है. तो ऐसे ऊपर यहाँ पे forests हैं और फिर rivers हैं और फिर rivers जहाँ पे spread होती है वहाँ पे भी forest है. Are you imagining the landscape? Try to understand the landscape. तो तुम्हें इस स्टोरी को विजुलाइज करने में ज्यादा मजा आएगा. ओके, सो नाउ timber is wooden logs, wood. It was being floated from the forest above in the river. So what was happening, जो ऊपर के साइड पे at an elevated part जहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट थे उसका टिम्बर, उसके ट्रीज का टिम्बर वुड कट होता था, and then from there instead of carrying it in some vehicle or on shoulders या कुछ भी, they would put that or put the wood on the river which was flowing from up to down. तो उसके साथ वो logs भी transport हो जाते थे. And this is a typical way in which wood is transported in forests. They make use of these rivers. तो ये rivers के साथ बड़े बड़े logs of wood भी नीचे आ जाते हैं. That's a natural way of transporting these logs from a height. So timber was being floated down this great Indian river from forests further up, and there were sleepers lying stuck around the stones. अब ये जो wood नीचे आते हैं and where the river becomes flat, okay, जहाँ पे वो जो लैंडस्केप है वो स्टीप स्लोप के बदले ऐसे फ्लैट हो जाएगी, वहां पे तो रिवर एटलीस्ट स्प्रेड हो जाएगा ना, द रिवर विल स्प्रेड. एंड इफ देयर इज नथिंग टू स्टॉप द वुड और द लॉग्स ऑफ वुड, देन दे विल कीप ऑन फ्लोइंग. ओके, तो जहां पे द टिम्बर इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द फॉरेस्ट अबाउट, ये फॉरेस्ट है, यहाँ से एक रिवर है, ओके, फॉरेस्ट के बीच में से ही रिवर नीचे जा रहा है, तो ये लोग यहाँ पे वुड को कट करके रिवर में इसको डाल रहे हैं. एंड वेयर द रिवर के साथ वो फ्लो होगा, देन वेयर द रिवर विल बिकम फ्लैट. ओके, वो जो फ्लो है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ स्ट्रीम, वाटरफॉल की तरह फॉल हो रहा है, तो वाटरफॉल कहीं पर तो जाके ऐसे लेक की तरह हो जाएगा ना. एंड इफ दीज लॉग्स आर नॉट स्टॉप्ड, देन दे विल कीप ऑन फ्लोइंग. Rivers are flowing, right? A lake or a pond is stationary. Lake और pond क्या होता है? It is bounded by all sides by land. लेकिन river क्या होती है? River always keeps on flowing. So to stop the logs from moving ahead, there are sleepers stuck in between stones. Imagine a river flowing from the forest, और वो जो रिवर जब फ्लैट लैंड की ओर आता है तो उसमें बहुत बड़े बड़े स्टोन्स या बोल्डर्स होते हैं. एंड ये जो बड़े बड़े स्टोन्स हैं उनके बीच में, वो स्टोन्स के बीच में ये लोग पीसेस ऑफ वुड ऐसे फंसा देते हैं कि जो दूसरे logs ऊपर से आते हैं वो वहां पर ही स्टॉप होके रुक जाए, so that people living in that area, in that village can remove the logs. वरना तो वो logs चलते ही जाएंगे, वो तो बहते ही जाएंगे if you have nothing to stop the logs. The only purpose of throwing those logs in the river is what? कि नीचे गांव तक पहुंच जाए, जो नीचे का ट्राइबल विलेज है फॉरेस्ट का वहां तक ये पहुंच जाए, right? So sleepers are logs of wood which are used to trap or stop these flowing timber or logs of wood. So there were sleepers lying stuck around the stones until someone came to dislodge them and send them on their way. So ये sleepers कब तक फंसे रहते? Until someone dislodged them. Dislodge them यानी उनको उठा दिया या उसकी पोजीशन चेंज कर दी, उसको वहां से निकाल दिया, और until floods lifted them and jostled them along. और until floods, if there was a flood in the river, तो river flood के force से ये logs dismantle हो जाते थे and they would start floating. Yes, Ishita?
Yes, so these sleepers are these timber logs which are stuck in the stone.
Yes. So that the other logs of wood don't keep on flowing. मतलब मैं वहां पे खड़ी हूँ लॉग्स को पकड़ने के लिए, लेकिन लॉग्स आर नॉट लाइक फुटबॉल्स ना, ऐसे ही करके निकाल लिया. दे आई मीन इट टेक्स एफर्ट्स, दे आर वेरी हेवी, दे आर ह्यूज, तो 4-5 आदमी लगते हैं. सो बाय द टाइम दैट वन लॉग ऑफ वुड इज टेकन ऑन टू द शोर या आउटसाइड द रिवर, बाकी सब तो चले जाएंगे इफ देयर इज नथिंग टू स्टॉप देम फ्रॉम फ्लोइंग अहेड. तो ये जो स्लीपर्स हैं वो कब निकल जाएंगे? If someone purposely dismantles them or if the waters of the flood will push them ahead. Okay, is this clear yahan tak? So this is a typical scene which Nora has always seen in the forests of India, and she has given this description. Okay, the crocodile had no need to hide himself. He came to rest in the glassy shallows among logs and balanced there on tiptoe on the rippled sand, with only his raised eyes out of the water and raised nostrils breathing the clean, sunny air. Yes, of course, they are put on purpose only.
So that is also wood only.
Yes, they can be wood, they can also be stones. मतलब स्टोन से पूरी एक लाइन बना देते हैं ना, वैसे बड़े बड़े स्टोन्स रख के. Yes. So now look at the crocodile. अब हम लोग वापस crocodile पे आते हैं. The crocodile had no need to hide himself. वो आ चुका था, and now he had no need to hide himself. Probably because his stomach was full. Generally crocodiles अपने आप को कब छुपाते हैं? When they want to catch a prey, right? Suddenly वो crocodile एकदम ऐसे अंदर से बाहर आता है if he wants to catch a prey. But right now he was full, his stomach was full. He had no inclination to hunt anyone, and so he had no reason to hide also. तो वो आराम से आया. He came to rest in the glassy shallows. Look at the description. I just loved the description. Glassy shallows. Shallows, shallow water. Glassy, transparent. You know, river water is very pure. It is free from any impurities. So as if it was the shallow. And अगर आप लोगों ने ट्रैकिंग या ऐसा कुछ किया होगा, तो जो रिवर बैंक यानी ये जो साइड्स के पार्ट जहाँ से रिवर फ्लो होता है ना, जहाँ पे उसकी डेप्थ कम होती है, तो वहां पे तो यू कैन लिटरली सी द फिशेस एंड द स्टोन्स दैट आर लाइंग डाउन ऑन द सी बेड, ऑन द बेड ऑफ द रिवर. So that is the glassy shallow, the shallow portion which shines like transparently, you know, it is transparent. Among logs, तो इतने सारे logs पड़े थे, वो logs के बीच में से वो आया, and balance there on tiptoe, and वहां पे आके वो tiptoe, you know how tiptoe is like this, on tiptoe, हम जैसे tiptoe ऐसे अगर हमारी पैरों की आवाज नहीं होनी चाहिए तो कैसे हम लोग ऐसे टिप टो चलते हैं, वैसे ही केम ऑन टिप टो एंड बैलेंस्ड हिमसेल्फ देयर अमंग्स द लॉग्स, उसने अपने आप को बैलेंस कर लिया ऑन द रिपल्ड सैंड, रिपल्ड सैंड, you know, when the water has washed away, when the water has ebbed back into the main course, तो सैंड पे जब पानी चला जाता है तो सैंड पे ऐसे वेवी डिजाइन बन जाती है, the shape of the waves which are going back and the sand has those ripple designs.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you imagine that? Okay, so that rippled sand पे with only his raised eyes out of the water. This is a very typical position of a crocodile. जब क्रोकोडाइल पानी में होता है ऐसे ही लेज करता है तो सिर्फ उसकी आंखें बाहर दिखती है, बाकी का पूरा बॉडी पानी में होता है. Only his raised eyes out of the water and raised nostrils. Only the nostrils and the eyes are out of the water, breathing the clean sunny air. Why clean? Because it's a forest. It is full of trees. So that means lot of oxygen over there. So oxygen wali hawa yani clean air. Sunny because it is a day, sunny day. लेकिन क्यों ब्लैक वाटर्स है? क्योंकि इतना डेंस फॉरेस्ट है कि सनलाइट हार्डली वो पानी तक पहुंच पाती है. बट द एयर इज सनी, एयर इज वार्म. ओके, understood the position of the crocodile?
Means it is not evening.
It may be evening, but the sun की warmth है अभी भी हवाओं में. Yeah, it may not be also because the you know trees are so dense कि sunlight शायद पानी तक नहीं पहुंच पा रही है. Okay. Before we move on to the next paragraph, I'll just end the meeting here. All of you can join once again. Okay.